is BRMP coming at you with another showcase video, and today I've got one ship again from the Hot Rod fleet. And I know it's been a while, but yeah, I've really been working a lot on this ship, and yeah, I hope you like it. So this is the ship. It's a battleship, a battle what do you call it, a freighter. It's just a heavy class ship with yeah, 3 top mounted remote control turrets on top. The reason why it took me so long to actually get this ship up and running is those turrets. I couldn't come up with a good design which also looked decent and did not destroy itself while it's moving. So what I did is I took a look at the workshop, and there I found the turret of Dream Assembly, or Gimpy Dwarf. He's a YouTuber at yeah, and he plays Space Engineers also, and he made a turret. And what I basically did is he used a few mods on it. The only mod I'm using on the ship is the turret of the gun of the turret itself. The rest is all vanilla of the ship. Any block you see here is now available in Space Engineers itself. But what I basically did is I took the turret of Gimpy Dwarf, and I removed all the mods and made it so it's well, it still functions the way his one does, but I just took away all the mods he used. So mine is a little bit bulkier, a little bit bigger, but it does do the same thing. And I added a remote control to it, which his turret didn't have. So in my opinion, now these turrets are easier to control. Yeah, I say let's give you a tour around. There are 3 main ways to get into the ship. One is by the hangar on the bottom of the ship, and the second one is right there where my mouse is. That's takes you to the refining and assembling area in the ship. And up top here you go to the bridge, which is underneath the 3rd turret. Yeah, so let's go to the bridge. So this is the bridge. Every seat you see here has its own purpose, its own function to it. Yeah, I'll start with this one. This is the main flight seat. It just is for the pilots to control the ship itself, and a few functions on it. This one, the one behind the pilot seat, and the one where my cursor is at right now, are the 3 seats which control the turrets. So if we jump into this seat, you can see with my one slot I access the remote control of the turret. Right now it won't move actually. That's because I added a little feature for the pilot, so he when he's flying, you can see on my 4 slot rotors on and off. So right now did not meant to press that button, but the pilot basically can lock the turrets so they won't move during the flight, and when it's time to battle he can unlock them. And now if I control this turret, you can see I can move it around, and by pressing 2 I go into the camera view of this turret, and then by pressing 1 it shoots. And the way I did that, so not all the turrets shoot when I use this one, is by going into the G menu of the turret and then selecting turret number 3, the gun, and then saying shoot once. This will only toggle the gun you've selected to shoot once and not the other 3 of other 2 actually. And that way you have turrets which can function on their own and not shoot all together when you don't want them to. So the controls for every turret are the same. So up, down and left and right is just the way you would move your ship around. And they all shoot with the number 1. And those guns, they really pack up, give a lot of damage to any ship. Then you're probably wondering, why are these 3 seats also here? And that's because the other guns which are on this ship, this one actually controls a Gatling gun, I believe on the bottom of the ship at the front, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this is it has 2 Gatling guns and 4 rocket launchers, additional to the 3 turrets it has. And all those turrets can be controlled by a crew, and that's where the seats are for. So I believe these 2 are for the Gatling guns, and this one together with those 3 on the other side are for the rocket launchers. So if you go down here, also the bridge is protected by 2 interior turrets, just for some extra protection for the pilots and the gunners. But if you go down here, I recommend in survival turning your jetpack on the moment when you walk off the edge, because I think you will get some fall damage when you land here. But if you come down here, you are instantly greeted with the 2 main reactors of the ship, which give enough power to actually maneuver the ship and use its weapon systems. Also, it has 2 refineries, 1 on each side, and its mud bay over here. This is also protected by some interior turrets. The interior turrets are not, don't have their own seat in the control area. That's because I did not think that would be necessary, because if you're fighting, your main focus is on the outside of the ship probably. So that's why. The ship also has 6 assemblers for producing its ammunition. So it has 3 on each side, stuffed away in the wall. And these doors which you see over here are is the airlock, which is the second entry I showed you in the beginning. If you go up here, you can go to the thruster pods, and what's indicated by this sign is that if you need to repair some thrusters, you can go and do that from the inside around here. You cannot access all of them, but you can access a lot, so that way you can repair your thrusters from the inside out. And I've also put some cargo containers here, which you can fill up with components to repair the thrusters. All of the cargo containers and reactors and all the other stuff in this ship is all connected with a conveyor system, so you actually won't need to fill those cargo containers up you can have them in the main big storage at the front of the ship, but yeah, I thought it would be a nice feature to have some extra additional cargo there. Yeah, if you then go through this hall, you come into a small cargo storage area. I thought it would look nice to have a yeah, just a small area with cargo. So yeah, as you've seen here in the middle is the gravity generator, which is enough to power give gravity in the whole ship. And yeah, this also has some interior turrets to for protection, so people who try to breach this ship really are going to have a hard time making it to the control area. And then we come into the little hangar of the ship, and yeah, what you see over here on the walls is my new small fighter of the hot rod fleet. This is the Mark II version. Yeah, basically what this area is some seats for the pilots for for my new ships, and yeah, they wait here until the bridge says that they need to go. So if we pretend to be a pilot, then we'll just sit here in this seat waiting for some orders, and those come from the LCD screens they added in the last feature and the sound blocks you see over there on the ceiling. And usually the pilot would turn on what I'm about to turn on right now. No, LCD, not LDC. So basically what he does is he triggers a timer block, and then this is what you hear. Those LCDs will start to blink the arrow, and you'll hear this alarm. And basically that's my way of telling the pilots need to come out their seat and jump into their fighters and yeah, go and defend this ship. So if we turn this off, this is also yeah, can be done by the pilot in the main bridge. I set some buttons up for that. So if the pilots of the fighters come out, I recommend you to turn on your jetpack first, because right now when you enter the ship there's no problem, but if you come back after the fight and you dock your ship in here, you land it and try to get out, you don't tend to always go back to yeah, to over here, to the safe area actually. So if you don't have your jetpack turned on, this will happen. You get ejected out of the ship, and I don't think that's very handy. So that's a word of advice if you're going to use it in that way, and you come back in, make sure your jetpack is turned on, because otherwise you'll shoot out the ship and you'll have to fly back in, which can be a little bit tedious when the ship is moving. So yeah, if we go to the front, this is the last part of the ship. This is the main storage, or the second storage area. In here there are 2 backup reactors. Right now they're just turned on because you never know when you're getting hits, and yeah, which reactor might be taken out. So I just figured to yeah, if you spread out your reactors, you have a better chance of always keeping at least one reactor alive, so you yeah, have power to defend or get out there and do some repairs after the fight. Yeah, there also here are two control seats. They just there for to manage the cargo around and producing ammunition, I guess. And yeah, that is pretty much all the ship. Yeah, and of course the front. The front rocket pods are also accessible. Although I did not put any cargo in here because I couldn't find a way which to hook them up and not interfere with the hangar as much. So that's why there are no cargo containers around here. You'll just have to move to the main storage at the front. And yeah, this is also the place where the timer blocks are situated for the alert system for the pilots in here. But yeah, I guess I'll just show you the fighter. So they're turned off on the side of the wall and locked with the landing gears, and then you can just press forward and move out of the belly of the ship. And yeah, this ship has two Gatling guns and two rocket launchers. It's using the fighter cockpit, and it has a lot of visibility because of that. And yeah, this is the exterior of the ship. I put the Gatling guns on the side there, and the rocket pods in the nose of the ship. So it has enough clearance to fire and make some other guys' day a little bit less enjoyable. Inside this ship, it's connected with a small conveyor system, or at least the Gatling guns and the large reactor, which is situated behind the cockpit, are connected. And it also has 4 small cargo containers. So if you want to put some ammunition and uranium in, you can do that through the Gatling guns side port, which you can see here. And yeah, I think that's all there is to see right now. I'll go and upload these ships to the workshop. If you want to check them out for yourself, you can go and download them there. Yeah. So my name is BRMP. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm out. Peace.